Hello, this is School Board member Justin Cook here with a quick recap of highlights from the March 19th, 2024 School Board meeting. And by the way, you can find the full recording of the meeting at the YouTube channel, youtube.com/ISD535. This evening, the board recognized Mark Kuisle, Activities Director at Century High School, for being honored by the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association for their State Award of Merit in recognition of outstanding leadership. We thank Mark Kuisle for his outstanding career of wonderful leadership of activities. The board also learned about a community group that is planning to commission a bronze statue recognizing Amelia P. Hatfield Witherstine in Rochester. Mrs. Witherstine's service to Rochester includes being the first woman elected to the Rochester School Board a decade before ratification of the 19th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution introduced universal women's suffrage. Mrs. Hatfield was first elected to the board in 1911 and served with Dr. Charles Mayo. Mrs. Hatfield subsequently became the first woman president of the Rochester School Board, where she served from 1914 to 1923 as president. The school board also received an update on the district's work to incorporate restorative practices at several district schools. Restorative practices are a potent strategy to intentionally cultivate inclusive school communities while maintaining a disciplined environment that is conducive to learning and minimizing exclusionary disciplinary practices. The school board reviewed a letter from the American Indian Parent Advisory Committee, or APAC, of Rochester Public Schools. The school board continues to be grateful for the thoughtful collaboration, advice, and guidance APAC has provided historically and continues to provide to RPS in the interest of pursuing a version of RPS in which American Indian students and all students are receiving an equitable and culturally relevant education in order that they reach their fullest potential. The partnership with APAC is greatly valued and appreciated by the board and will be a topic of future discussion at subsequent meetings, including a response to APAC's letter of non-concurrence to be discussed in depth at the board's next study session. The school board then received information on the current state of enrollment projections for the 2024-25 school year and the related budget and staffing forecasts that relate to those projections. At this stage, kindergarten enrollments are slightly behind pace relative to the current school year. If that trend holds, the district expects slightly fewer kindergarten classes and kindergarten teachers than the current year. Incoming kindergarten enrollments and other factors related to enrollment projections are carefully monitored over the next few months and into the summer until the 24-25 school year begins in the fall. The school board will host a listening session at 125 Live this coming Friday from 12 to 2. The board looks forward to that opportunity to engage in conversation with the public. And additional school board listening sessions are also being planned. Be on the lookout for invitations and announcements for those events. The board also received information in preparation for future action on proposed priorities undergirding components of a renewed funding strategy to ensure efficiency and use of public funds throughout RPS, while appropriately resourcing the strategic priorities of the board, and on the costs and timing associated with conversion of the Pinewood building to a center for early education to be relocated and enlarged relative to the current Mighty Oaks location. The total anticipated cost is approximately $2 million, with the conversion to be complete by the middle of the next school year. The board then took action pursuant to authorizing statutory authority set forth at Minnesota Statute 126C.17 subsection 9B to renew the 2015 voter-approved operating referendum for an additional 10-year term by board resolution. The 2015 operating levy generates $942.50 per pupil as of taxes payable 2024, which is revenue for school year 24-25. The school district is estimating approximately 18,296 pupil units in school year 2024-25, which means the operating levy will provide approximately $17.2 million of general fund revenue. Funding in subsequent years from the renewed operating levy will depend on enrollment in those years and the rate of inflation. The board also approved the negotiated collective bargaining agreement with the Rochester Education Association, the bargaining unit representing teachers throughout Rochester Public Schools. The new contract was previously approved by the membership of REA and is now effective. In addition, the board formally issued a notice of election for 3 board seats currently held by directors Garcia, Barlow, and McLaughlin. Note that the period for filing affidavits of candidacy for these school board positions will begin May 21st, 2024 and close Tuesday, June 4th, 2024 for the general election to be held on Tuesday, November 5th. If necessary for any of those seats, a primary will be held on Tuesday, August 13th. Upcoming dates and times for our next several meetings will be March 26th at 5:30. There will be a study session, and on April 9th at 5:30 for a regular meeting. Thanks.